Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, #MovieBay. I am MovieBay, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a review to the Traitors US Season 3, Episode 10, entitled The Power of the Seer. There you go. Yeah. But before we get to it though, I would like for y'all to consider subscribing to the channel, because here on MovieBay I do reviews, reactions, and commentary to movies and television. And if that is the type of content you like, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you find yourself enjoying my commentary along the way, don't be afraid to give me a thumbs up. And of course, you're always welcome to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. It took me a little while to do this review because I'm not gonna hold. I'm a little bored. I am, you guys. I'm a little bored. Do y'all agree? Is it just me? I don't know. But what I'm really going to talk about is who Danielle and Brittney should have eliminated, and I'm really going to talk about the round table because everything else in between I really didn't care too much about. All right. So as we all know, the episode picked up with Danielle offering Brittney her a position of being a traitor. If not, well, the ultimatum of being a traitor. If not, of course, she will be the person who was eliminated for that night. And of course, Brittney accepts. I wasn't surprised that Brittney accepts because Brittney wanted to be a traitor, if we remember episode 1. And of course, Brittney doesn't want to be out of the game. You know what I'm saying? I am happy she didn't take any offense to, Danielle offering an ultimatum. It is really just that point of the game. Because they passed up their first recruitment. So this is, y'all know how it goes. The first recruitment is an option. If you accept, there's no elimination type deal. And if you decline, then I don't think there's elimination either if you decline. Yeah. And then the second type of recruitment is the ultimatum. So I don't think Brittney was offended by it at all. Now, one thing I did like is now in the Traitors Tower, we actually have dialogue. We actually have strategy coming into play. And they still made the stupid decision. But let's talk about who they had up for elimination. So Dolores and Baby Efron, they are off the table because they believe that both of those people will ride with them. Yeah, if push comes to shove. So they decide that Tom, Ivar, and Gabby are the ones that are up for elimination. Now they say Tom and Gabby are on to Danielle, and Ivar. What did they say about Ivar, y'all? I can't remember what they said about Ivar, but I can't remember what they said about Ivar. Like, I think Ivar is too. Y'all tell me in the comment section. All I remember from this is I feel like they made the wrong choice. At first, I was thinking they should get rid of Gabby because out of the people who are left, Gabby is the, I guess, most quote unquote convincing. Nobody listens to Tom, even though he is like a dog with a bone, but he's also focused on Dolores. Like right now, he's focused on Danielle and Dolores, and he voted for Dolores last night. So that's the bone that he's going to be on. When it comes to Ivar, I feel like he don't really have no pull in the game for real. Who cares what he believes in? Who really cares what he thinks for real? But when it comes down to it, they ended up eliminating Tom, which really pissed me off. Not only is Tom the only other person left that is remotely entertaining, I felt like it was stupid because, like I said, if you keep Tom in the game, yeah, he's suspicious of you, Danielle, but he's also suspicious of Dolores, okay? And if push comes to shove, you and Brittney could turn on Dolores and push the housewives' theory to back up Tom, okay? Because at this point in the game, a lot of people think that there has to be another female traitor. So with that being said, because people think that there's another female traitor, I would not have eliminated a female at all. Because if we would have gotten rid of Gabby, that just leaves 3 women, which of course narrows down the suspicions, all right? So eliminating Gabby to me wasn't, gonna help. Even though she is on Danielle and she is very, I guess like coming to her own in this game and speaking up, it's just like I said, it just would be dumb to eliminate a fellow woman, and now it's just us 3. So who I would have eliminated would have been Ivar. And let's talk about the pros of eliminating Ivar. The pro is I think he's suspicious of Danielle as well. And the biggest pro is Ivar is Dylan's right hand man. Now I know that I don't know if they knew. No. They did know. Carolyn and Danielle was sitting outside of that little back room or whatever, and Dylan, Ivar, and Sam were conversing. Tom was not in there. So you know that Dylan and Ivar had kind of came up to, I guess, like an alliance or an agreement that they are faithfuls. So if you get rid of Ivar, Dylan's right-hand man, then you have him to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And now it's just Dylan trying to be persuaded by these 4 women of who to vote with and who to vote for. And he doesn't really see it for Gabby at the time. So I feel like if you eliminate one of his allies, that more so pulls you to his side. So I really feel like they dropped the ball by eliminating Tom, not only for the entertainment value, but he was also suspicious of another person as well. Because how many people really listen to Tom? So it really don't matter who he was suspicious of. Not many people will listen to him, okay? That just would have been a vote for somebody else, Dolores. And like I said, if push comes to shove, if we couldn't turn the votes on Gabby, we could have turned the votes on Dolores, because we know that Tom is going to probably vote for Dolores anyhow. So we just needed to convince Dylan. And with his right-hand man, Ivar, gone, I feel like it would have been a little bit easier, even though Dylan does usually vote for how he want to vote anyways. I don't think he really would have been trying to talk people in to vote. You wouldn't be able to talk Brittney into no vote. You wouldn't be able to really talk Dolores into no vote, because she's just like Dylan. She's going to do what she wants to do. Okay. This episode, they had the challenge for who is going to get the power of being the seer. Now the seer will get to ask a person on a, like, quote unquote date or like a one-on-one meeting, and they will get to ask if they are a faithful or if they are a traitor. I felt like, well, first of all, we found out that Alan isn't even going to tell the person who got the seer until after the round table, which I was like, okay, good. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, I guess it's a good thing, because this is the last round table where people actually have to reveal if they are a traitor or faithful. So if after the round table you get that power, you already have a little bit of an insight. So one of the only things that I guess I should mention during this challenge is how Dylan is noticing that Danielle is going really, really hard to try to be the seer, and he feels like she's only going that hard because she has something to hide. And I'm thinking, as a faithful though, like, why wouldn't y'all try to go hard either? Like, I would rather confirm a suspicion, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like Dylan and Gabby were being really stupid when it came to the game, because they were, oh, well, it's like I already got 0, so I might as well go for broke. Like, no, it's like, you need to start to get some money. It ain't just pull the string until, you know, you push your luck. You need to try to end up with some money so you can have a chance of becoming a seer. You know what I'm saying? But I also do feel like Danielle was kind of going a little too hard. Like with the pull the string doll challenge, that was fine. But I guess, like, when it came to the coins, like the trying to find coins, mama was out there hustling, okay? Is there anything else I want to talk about the seer in this challenge in particular? Nope. I'm just happy that Gabby didn't get it, and I don't think Gabby got it, and I don't think Dylan got it. I personally do think Danielle got the seer power. So if she is eliminated, I wonder, will it go to the second person in line, and hopefully it's Brittney. Just saying. But I guess because I wanted the seer to be revealed before the round table, and if Danielle had got it, she could have used that power to try to get people to flip on Gabby. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, this whole episode though is Danielle versus Gabby, because that's where the house is kind of at right now. I feel like Danielle and Brittney were kind of like pushing, or Brittney specifically was pushing Dolores a little bit too hard when it came to trying to vote for Gabby. And I was like, yo, Brittney, dial it back, or it's gonna get kind of suspicious, sis. I think, well, not I think, but Gabby shares with Dylan, and Gabby, of course, her suspicions of Danielle, and how she had that little tidbit, how she saw Danielle and Carolyn coming out of that secret room the night of the coffin challenge. And then, of course, Jeremy, who had Danielle's name in his mouth prior to, is the one that was eliminated. And of course, her biggest thing, I guess, is the traitor on traitor was reminiscent of Bob and Rob at the table, at the round table. Danielle. Matter of fact, let's just get to the round table, shall we? At this round table, I feel like Danielle did not defend herself how I felt like she could defend herself. And this was a very passive aggressive argument. And I would have loved to be in it because Gabby, ain't nobody about to out passive aggressive me, bitch. Like, you want to pull that energy, baby? I could pull that energy twice as hard. Like, oh, I just wish that I was Danielle in that moment because, baby, you're not doing what you think you're going to do. You're not doing what you probably thought you were doing at all. So I remember Gabby said something to the effect of, oh, well, how about this? Brittney started with Gabby saying how Gabby was very standoffish at first. She only talked to the Bambi Alliance until the Bambi Alliance was gone. And that's when you started reaching out to other people. And she said that seemed kind of traitorish because, you know, you possibly had numbers on your side. You felt like you didn't even have to talk to anybody else. And Danielle chimes in on that. Now, when Danielle chimes in on that, that's when Gabby says, well, actually, you have your alliances at this table. Like, I have no loyalty to nobody at this table. And I was like, okay, I guess point number one. But if I was Danielle, I would have been like, well, that's not my fault. like you had the same equal amount of opportunity to talk to these people just like I have. So whose fault is that really? Yours. Next question, Tamika. All right. So then I believe Gabby pulled out the traitor on traitor, how Danielle and Carolyn were going at each other at the last round table and how it was reminiscent of Bob and Rob. And if I was Danielle, I would have been like, oh, kind of like how you're coming at me right now. It could be traitor on traitor, very much so. So like, what would we say about that tomorrow, Gabby? If I am eliminated, then they might come for you because this could be considered traitor on traitor. Just because two people are going back and forth at the round table, you guys, doesn't mean that's traitor on traitor behavior. And keep in mind, Carolyn is the one who started with me. I, like everybody else, was talking about who I was suspicious of, and Carolyn got offended because, as we all know, she is a traitor or was a traitor. So of course she's going to be offended that I had her name in my mouth. And it would have been too obvious for her to eliminate me that night because we went back and forth at the round table, so she decided to keep me around. Come on, Danielle. Come on, Danielle. How am I posing better arguments than you, good sis? There was another thing that Gabby mentioned. What did she mention, y'all? Then Gabby brought up the fact that Tom was suspicious of Danielle and how he said her name last night. And Danielle was like, well, I had no idea about that. Danielle, this is what you should have said. I had no idea about that, but it seems like you did. And all of a sudden, Tom is eliminated. Seems like you're trying to frame me, if you ask me, Gabby. Like, Danielle, everything, this is how you win an argument. Everything that somebody says, you flip it and reflect it on them. Because honestly, that's what Gabby was kind of doing with Danielle. Like when Danielle said that you had an alliance and you had the numbers, Gabby flipped it and says, you have the numbers right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a strong personality, so it's easy to frame me. Flip that on Danielle. You had it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you literally could have the same way that Gabby was flipping everything back on you, you could have been flipping it back on her. But like I said, you need to do it like with a point to prove as well. You know what I'm saying? You had to do it with a point to prove as well. So let's talk about and then out of nowhere, Dolores says that she's suspicious of Ivar because who says that the last traitor has to be a woman? Right? And she tells Ivar flat out, I'm voting for you. So now it's time to vote. And of course, Dolores votes for Ivar. And Danielle switches her vote from Gabby to Ivar strategically, very smartly, might I add. I feel like it's dumb to go so hard at Gabby and then flip your vote to Ivar last minute. But when Dolores said that she's voting for Ivar, at this point, we are in SOS. Our third vote is not going to vote with us. So we need to vote with her in hopes that Ivar ends up leaving. So Dolores, Brittney, and Danielle all vote for Ivar. However, Gabby, Ivar, and Dylan all vote for Danielle. So we are now at a tie. And in the case of a tie, you have to revote. The two people who are up for elimination cannot vote, and everybody else at the table has to vote for one of those two people, either Ivar or Danielle, right? So before they get to vote again, Alan lets Danielle and Ivar plead their case. So Ivar is just like, you know what, I'm just a chill person. I'm really laid back. So me saying that this is just a game, it's not traitor behavior. It's me literally just chilling, saying that this is just a game. This is just for fun. All right, boom. So Danielle decides to make her plea to Dylan and not the table. That's where you messed up, girl. Because you should have been trying to convince everybody as to why you are not a traitor by bringing up the points that Gabby tried to make and debunk them. That's what you should have done. I would have reiterated how, well, she did do this at the table, but like, you have to reiterate it now. Okay, you guys, I am not a traitor because all of the people who I was close with were eliminated. If I was a traitor, I would keep the people I was close with to the end, so I would have the numbers and not be in this predicament right now. That's number one. Number two, I voted out all of the traitors. I voted for Bob the drag queen in the final hour. I voted for Rob, and I was suspicious on Carolyn from day one, but I had to keep my mouth shut about that. Like, I you know what I'm saying? Like, I vote with the people. Then I would have been like, what was the other thing that they suspicious about Danielle about? I don't know, but I think those were the main two things. But all of this, I can't be a traitor. It's not possible. It's not in me. When y'all start talking like that, boo, you lose. Okay, I'm just saying. And then, like I said, she started, but instead of pleading, like making a case with facts and evidence or things that could be logical, she just starts pleading to Dylan, Dylan, please believe me. And that's exactly what Carolyn tried to do yesterday. Guilt trip Dylan into believing her. Stupid. So it's time for the revote. And Dylan votes for Danielle. Gabby votes for Danielle. Dolores votes for Ivar. Now, I say that because before that vote, Brittney is making eyes with Dolores, trying to see, you know, who are we going to vote for? And she said that Dolores looked at Danielle, looked back at Brittney, and nodded her head. So when I say it, it seems like Dolores is going to vote for Ivar, right? I mean, it's going to vote for Ivar. But when you look at it, it looked like she was like, yeah, girl, Danielle's cooked. Let's vote for Danielle type shit. So I understand that Brittney's confusion. I really do. So Dylan votes for Danielle. Gabby, of course, votes for Danielle. Dolores votes for Ivar. And Brittney's mouth drops open. And I'm thinking it's because she probably voted for Danielle. Now, let's talk about it. Even if, okay, Brittney in this case is an SOS. I understand you don't want to stab Danielle in the back 2 times, but you also don't want to paint yourself as the next possible target if you want to win this game at all. You know what I'm saying? However, I feel like if she would have known for sure if Dolores was going to vote for Ivar, she would have voted for Ivar and just left it up to chance. Flip a coin at this point, baby. Flip a coin. Because Brittney, I feel like they would come for you next. Even though we got out, quote unquote, all the traitors, if they get down to the fire pit, I think that they would be suspicious of you, Brittney, before anybody else. Why isn't anybody suspicious of Dylan? Dylan has been close to all of the traitors. When I tell you I would have flipped on Dylan's ass, I would have flipped on Dylan's ass. I'm like, Gabby, Dylan been trying to get you out from day one. Random votes. He never votes with the table. He does what he wants to do. But he's close with Carolyn. He was close with Rob. And maybe he tried to flip on Bob the drag queen because they got into it in the turret or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody is trying to pin anything on Dylan. Oh, he's the handsome guy, cute face, and he's so lovable, but he's still here. How is he still here? How are you a quote-unquote traitor hunter and you're still here, buddy? Like, I would have tried to flip it on Dylan. I'm not gonna hold. I would have been pointing fingers at everybody at that table. This is matter of fact, I would have went in swinging. I would have sat around this table and said, you know what? I'm about to tell everybody why I think that they're suspicious of being a traitor. Brittney, you be flying under the radar. Gabby, you are the girl next door. You be trying to play stupid, but you really probably intelligent. I don't know why you here to the end. Probably because you're a traitor. Boom, roasted. Dolores, you're a housewife. We got rid of all the housewives but you. You're still standing. I wonder why. Ivar, who cares? Dylan. Look, I would have came in swinging at the air. What are you talking about? You're not about to give me, if I go out, bitch, everybody gonna have suspicions. If I go out, everybody will have suspicions on them. Paint them with the scarlet letter. I'm just saying. So with that being said, I do think Brittney voted out Danielle. I do think this will be considered backstab number 2. And honestly, though, I feel like Danielle wanted to recruit Brittney so she could stab her in the back at the very end of the game and be like, ha ha, I got you back. That's what I would do. I'm just saying. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. Be sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I don't think it's looking good for Danielle. A lot of hate is going online for Danielle, and a lot of people have been saying like she's the worst traitor. But if we think about it, she's the last one standing. So who was really the worst traitor? Danielle did not make smart choices along the way, but for some reason, her social game kept her until the very last point where she's the last original traitor standing. So we got to give it, you got to respect the gameplay. Sloppy decisions and you still here, you got to respect the gameplay. I don't care what y'all say about it. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all next week for the season finale in the reunion. Bye.